Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6. We're coming to you to the Breakfast Club on WEKR and on the Newsmakers on WYTM. And we appreciate the radio stations getting us on each month as we are here with our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye. Good morning, Britt.
Morning, Don.
How's it going?
Busy.
Busy, yeah. We got a lot going on, and we want to start out by talking to people about we're expanding in our broadband, something that we've been working on for a while, got a couple of grants going.
We do in the northwest part of the county and the southwest part of the county.
Yeah, and especially in the Petersburg area, what we're doing is we're going to each house, and we're putting in the information, giving them the information to actually let's see. Are we still good? Let's see. I think we are good. All right. Here we are taking the. I lost my train of thought.
Well, you got
I'm sorry. All right.
That's okay.
Here we go. But we're going to each house, and we have a packet on the door, and we want them to respond, and we really need them to respond over in the Petersburg area.
Oh, that's correct. Call in or send the information in. The ones that's got the packets hanging on the doors right now that we're passing by with those customers to let us know if you're interested or not. That helps us plan for the next, pulling the next drop cable to the homes and those kinds of things. So if we can get the information in from those who are interested in that area, because we got a deadline that we got to have that done before December 15th.
I got you. And you know, one thing about that is we really are needing those people in the Petersburg area, and like you say, the December 15th. But we're also over down in the southwestern portion of the county. We're doing we've been to 300 houses now. So those folks, we want them to respond as well. And most of those people are really pretty happy about us being there.
Well, both locations, all the customers, the majority of the customers are real happy that, we're coming in. They have the opportunity to get to good internet service, and back to the southwest part of the county, like you said, we only tagged like 300 something homes so far. We're just doing it as we're building in those areas because we got a longer time frame to build out in that area, almost 2 years actually. So, we hope to get quicker people hooked up down there as well. But as I said, we got a longer time span to get that hooked up.
Let's talk about, for all the people who are listening and watching around the county, let's talk about why we're going into these particular areas.
The areas that were selected was turned into the state for unserved or underserved areas. And, to meet that criteria, that was the first area because we had already applied for that grant. I think it was the third time that we finally got parts of the grant. And, there wasn't no sense in going back out and review a different area when, we had that area, most of the work already done, with customers' comments and those kinds of things. So, we hope to move out in other parts of the county in the future, and we will apply and do things as we can.
And you're working on that, seem like every day. You're always looking for that.
Working on it every day.
And you got a lot of good contacts in Nashville. That helps you a whole lot, too.
Representative Pat Marsh and Senator Shane Reeves, they help us out, and quite a bit, actually, and if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we could keep moving forward, but they have helped us out tremendously.
Very good. So we're going to continue the door tagging for people. So if you got a door tag at home, read the information, get the information back to us. And one thing that we can say, too, Britt, is we have contractors down in the southwestern portion of the county. You might talk about who they are.
We do. We have Hermitage down there and Diversified. It's written on some of the trucks that's doing some of the contract work. But if you have a question or seem alarmed about some of these folks, call in and we can tell you, or we'd be glad to come down in that area and scope the situation out and see if it is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity going on down there, and they're building it very, very fast, and that's good news for everybody in that area. One thing that we're all excited about across the FPU board is the outage management system. It's up and running. People can actually see it. There was an outage out toward the Flintville area the other day, and I got to actually click on there and see it work. So that's
absolutely.
pretty good.
If you go to the website and click on View Outage Map, you can call it up now and see the areas that's got the most outages at one point in time. And, we hope it works well for us. Right now it's just we hope it's really active, but it could be somewhat of a pilot project to be
That's
sure everything's communicating like it needs to be.
Yeah, maybe a few kinks, but one thing that's really interesting, and me and you have dealt with this for ever since we've been working together, and that's when there's big outages, there's a lot of people calling in, and they all can't call in at one time. Well, in this situation, you can actually report your outage through Smart Hub, and that's pretty cool. So
That is correct.
we're working on.
It comes in, logs up for us on our outage management system, and we're moving more and more into the future with new technology, and we're trying to cut down on our outage time as much as we can, but there are some cases where we wished it was quicker, but we get it on as safe as we can.
Yeah, we still want you to call if you can't do this, but it's a really good, neat thing, and we want you to try it, and that will be good for us and hopefully good for the customer too. I think it's going to be good because sometimes you'll be able to just look on there and see if it's on the outage management and it shows that your area is out. Well, in this particular case, we probably already know it, but it's okay to still log it in.
Still call in.
Still call in. You never know, because there are certain situations where we might not know.
That is correct.
Yeah, or we might be getting false information, but we're working on that, and it's getting pretty close. All right, so one other thing that's going on right now is the free fall light up in the gas department, and a few little cold snaps makes you want to get that pilot light lit.
Well, right now, I think it ends the end of this month on the free pilot light up. So, call in, get your pilot light lit, and, let's take care of the customer best that we can, because it is going to turn cold. It don't seem like it right now, but
I know.
One of these days it's going to turn a little cooler.
That's right. Now, after October the 30th, the fee is $30, and that's Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock until 3:30 p.m., and after hours is $50. So, but that's still cheap if you're cold, I guess.
That is correct.
Let's hope you get it lit before that. All right, let's talk about what's going on in tree trimming. I see the tree trimmers out there actually working in this fiber build area, or they were. They probably moved on by now, but actually they're having to clear the way to get this fiber up as well.
That is correct. We're trying to get the fiber in, and some of those areas that we're in with the fiber needed some tree trimming to be done to be sure that we can get the cable up and all that kind of material without damaging it. So we are trimming in those areas of the fiber, and we're trimming in other areas throughout the county, and still trying to hit the hot spots, as we move along in the county.
When you talk about and getting the fiber through there, fiber optic, you actually pulling glass lines. It's amazing how rugged it is, but you still have to be careful, and that's why you're doing all that.
That is correct, especially, you can't afford to put a big kink in it.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
So that'll damage a lot of your fiber tubing along that cable.
Yeah, you got some of your line crew up there working, so they're learning both sides of the fence on that.
Yes, they are. And the more they learn, the more it benefits FPU overall, because some of the fiber we're putting up into the electric space, so that helps out without having to hire a lot of different people to install the fiber.
That's true. And you might want to mention the fact that the fiber is also helping the electric side a good bit.
It will be hooking up a lot of the electric equipment on the routes that we're taking, to get more information into our SCADA system to narrow down outages even quicker.
And we've had SCADA for years, but this is just higher technology. How did it work in the past? I mean, now that we've got fiber going to a lot of those now.
Well, it started out being wireless.
Okay.
The line of sight, that's how we communicated. Actually, even when we went back and first hooked up all the substations, those line of sight, and now we got fiber at all the substations, and that's what we've done for the last several years as far as communicating. And Petersburg is one of the last ones as far as we still got Macburg left to go, but we'll be building in that area. Oh. And then we get in those two areas and light the fiber, then we'll actually have all that communication coming in.
Very good. So fiber optic is going to be beneficial to the customer, to us, to the entire county, and we're going to continue building as much as we can.
That is correct.
All right. Let's talk about the water department, update on restoration of the Days Hollow and Markham Drive, Giles Hollow, and the completed.
Well, right now on all three of the projects on Markham Drive, Brookmead Circle, I think it is,
right.
And I think it's the name if I remember right.
Yeah,
but anyhow,
right.
We've been over there so much, and we're doing so much, I get the names messed up a little bit there. But we're almost complete with all the jobs. Cleaning up's a big thing.
Yeah.
Got to be sure we get everything cleaned up, picked up, and if we're in the grass areas, be sure everything's sewed back. But Days Hollow is right at completed as well. But as again, we just got to clean up.
Talk about the gas department doing the Rambo Road expansion.
Doing a little bit of line extension out there on Rambo Road up towards Lee's Creek, and customers want natural gas to heat with and cook with, and as we can make it and justify to building any type lines, whatever department it is, we'll get it done.
With all the build and telecom that we talked about with the fiber build, our guys have been busy. We're doing some installs and service calls, and they're pretty busy right now, so we're running a little bit behind in that area.
Everybody's busy, and especially with all these new construction jobs coming in on the electric side as far as building power lines and services, and I think we're way above 64 new applications for jobs out there on the electric right there in 1 month, and
wow.
It keeps building up, and we're getting a little behind that way, but we'll get it done.
What are you contributing that to? The 64?
Everybody's building new homes. It looks like subdivisions. I know we're fixing to have one that gets started out there south of Lincoln County going south, and homes are just being built more.
Wow. Well, that's good. And this time you wouldn't think about that, but we've been to a lot of houses that were being built too in the new build areas, so I can see that. One thing that we want to talk about too is something me and you talk about every year about this time is our Harvest of Hope food drive. It begins on November the 2nd, and the food goes to Good Samaritan, and we appreciate it's amazing how much food we get here at FPU because we haul it to Good Samaritan.
Yes, we do, and if anybody wants to drop anything off, we're ready to take it, and we appreciate what you do bring in so we can get it out to those in need. Absolutely,
and all you got to do is bring your donations to 408 West College Street, or College Street West here, and there's all kind of things you can bring. So if you're at the grocery store, you can pick up some peanut butter, some boxed macaroni, canned meats, canned vegetables and fruits, dry oats, cereal, noodles, just about any kind of canned food. And I know there's some shortage in the canned food area, so we don't want to, but there's still got plenty in other areas as well.
Absolutely, and you find out really how important it is if you ever get to volunteer participate in handing out foods like that, like we did the Hands of Mercy. That was an experience and a real good opportunity, and with TVA helping and FPU helping, Hands of Mercy helping, and some students from schools that's helped out that day, and it was just amazing how everybody came together to make it a successful event.
Everybody worked very hard. It was a very Tina Hudson and the Hands of Mercy, they've got it down pat, but without the volunteers, they would be in trouble. And I'm proud we had the opportunity to do that as well. I felt good about what we were doing, and I think it helped a whole lot of people. And that's what we want to do with our Hands of Mercy food drive. We're also going to be doing some things with Day of Service. As you're all about the community, we're going to be doing some things here locally for our local nursing homes and things like that, just to let them know that we're here for them and we appreciate what they've done for us over the years.
And they've done a lot.
Yeah. All right, and we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But one thing I want to talk about is we always have a scam or two around, and when in doubt, give us a call. We'll find out. But solar scams, that's something Nathan Taylor has actually said something to us about.
Right, and it's going on. If you buy a solar installation or have somebody install solar, be sure you check out all the comments about these different groups that's doing this, and be sure it's all legit, and you're going to get what they're telling you you're going to get. And because we have customers calling in saying that they thought it was going to save them this. That's what they were told by the solar folks, and come to find out that's not the case. So be sure you do your due diligence and checking out who does install your solar system. Yeah, and Nathan Taylor here at FPU, one of our employees, can help you out. You can call us at 433-1522. His extension is 184. So when you hear the talking introduction to, you can just go ahead and push in 184, and you'll get right straight to Nathan, and he's really good, so he'll be glad to research that. Well, as the weather turns cooler, we want to talk a little bit about budget billing. That's something that get your bill levelized. That's helps out a whole lot. Yes, it does. If you're interested in a program like that, just call here at FPU, and somebody will help you get that all set up and get you on that program. Well, Britt,
this weekend's Halloween, and also it's time to change the clocks back. So you're going to be you already come in the dark and leave in the dark, but it's going to happen for everybody here soon.
Yes, it will, especially leaving in the afternoon, because your daylight will definitely be over by the time we leave. But
Yeah,
it's just one of those things that happens, and I wish some point in time they'll leave the time the way that it is. But
that would be good.
So
Yeah, I wished it would stay the same. But anyway, one thing we want to talk about is to let people know we have some really good security lights now, and they would help you out this time of year.
Yes, they would. And, the LEDs, they're doing a great job and throwing out real good clear light, and a lot of customers are signed up for the LEDs, and we appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, anything else before we go?
No, I don't have anything else. Just stay safe for Halloween weekend. Watch your kids, if they get out and don't know what the new norm is going to be as far as Halloween's, looking at trunk or treats and all these kinds of things. But just be careful and watch your kids.
Try your best to stay COVID-free and wash your hands and try to stay 6 foot apart. I think
That's
we're
right.
about 6 foot. All right. Well, we appreciate you being here. Anything else before we go?
I don't have anything else.
All right, man. Our CEO, General Manager Brett Dye, has been our guest this morning on the Breakfast Club Newsmakers here on YTM, WKR, and on FPU Channel 6. We appreciate you watching. We'll be back in here next month for another edition of the Breakfast Club. I'm Don Counts. We'll see you then.